Raising awareness for neurodiversity is important because it's not still very known. You think differently, you sense the world differently. It's really important that people start to know what it's really like.
It is really important for us to talk about neurodiversity because about 15% of us, that's 1 in 7, are not neurotypical. And yet we exist in a world that is designed for neurotypical people. The way people are expected to learn, the way people are expected to operate at work and even in society is all about neurotypical people. And so it follows from a diversity and inclusion perspective that we should be including people who think differently.
It is estimated that 15 to 20% of the population in Europe is neurodivergent, which includes individuals with conditions such as autism, ADHD, dyslexia, dyscalculia, and dyspraxia. About 1% of the population has autism. This is around 7.4 million people with autism in Europe alone. With ADHD affecting around 5 to 7% of children and teenagers, there are about 3.7 to 5.2 million children with ADHD in Europe. If dyslexia affects about 5 to 10% of the population, that means around 37 to 74 million people in Europe. When we add these numbers together, and we've only spoken about Europe here, it shows that tens of millions of people are neurodivergent, highlighting the absolute criticality of awareness, support, and inclusion.
Hi, I'm Julie. I'm 40. I live in Belgium. My journey as a neurodivergent person began, of course, a long time ago when I was already a child. I thought like, oof, I feel like an alien. But officially it started in 2013 when I went to a professional to have a personality diagnosis. So I had to do a lot of tests, and then it became clear that my brain was working a bit differently. Autism is it's a spectrum, and I'm on the high functioning part, so like when they used to call it Asperger.
My name is Matthias Huber. I'm a psychologist with autism. I got my diagnosis in adulthood because when I was a child, in the 60s, 70s, 80s, there was no diagnosis of Asperger's syndrome. Then I was a young adult. But there was a psychologist, he made some IQ tests with me and said I'm so highly intelligent and I'm not so good at school. I can't show my competence. So and then he found out that my brain is thinking autistic and my perception is autistic, and then I got all this diagnostic procedure and then I got the diagnosis.
Mein Name ist Anne. Ich bin eine Pädagogin, also ich arbeite im pädagogischen Bereich und betreue erwachsene Menschen im Autismusspektrum. Und ich lebe in Berlin. Die Diagnose kam nach meiner ersten unglücklich verlaufenden Arbeitserfahrung, wo ich nicht gut kommunizieren konnte und einfach die sozialen Regeln im Arbeitskontext nicht kannte. Und dann bin ich das erste Mal in meinem Leben in Therapie gegangen, wo ich die Autismusdiagnose bekommen habe mit Mitte 30. Und genau, aufgrund des Wissens, das ich dann hatte, war es mir eben möglich, mich damit auseinanderzusetzen, im Sinne von Psychoedukation und genau, dann einen Umgang damit zu finden.
I'm Heta Pukki. I live in Finland. I'm autistic and I'm also the mother of 2 young neurodivergent women. And I have been involved in autistic people's advocacy and peer support and building autistic communities for about 26 years now. I became aware of being autistic in my late 20s, and I got my diagnosis in my early 30s. Before having the diagnosis, I had questions, and I had other people's reactions to me as I was. I had a question of, if I'm so clever at so many things, like people tell me that I'm talented and this and that, then why am I, frankly, so stupid in some situations? Why can't I manage the ordinary things in life?
Also ich würde sagen, ich habe eben eine andere Perspektive auf viele Dinge, auf das Leben. Ich nehme nicht Sachen als gegeben hin, die vielleicht neurotypische Menschen einfach so hinnehmen und akzeptieren. Ich würde sagen, dass ich in meinem Fall vieles sehr kritisch hinterfrage, und das kenne ich auch von vielen anderen neurodivergenten Personen. Und das finde ich ist eine gute Eigenschaft, das liebe ich daran.
I like being punctual and attention to detail, and sometimes that doesn't really work with how society works, but I've come to terms with that, and I'm really like, okay, these are my assets. I am punctual, I love deadlines, and I have that sense of detail that can be really an asset for companies or professionals alike.
I guess it's very important for everybody to know about neurodivergent people, and also especially at my condition, autistic condition, or my autism. It's very important because a lot of autistic people are really lonesome. They don't have a work. They stay at home. Some of them stay at parents' home as grown-ups, and they have a lot of talents and strength, and they would also have possibilities if people would support or help or give the possibility to be in a team just the way, also as an autistic person.
It's probably the same for many neurodivergent people of all kinds, whatever their challenges might be, that we don't like being interpreted as somehow just having behaviors and being a target of somebody changing those behaviors for us, or becoming somehow better people by adjusting and fine-tuning our behavior. We go more towards interpretations of, no, this is about experience. This is about the body more broadly than just the nervous system. This is about well-being and empowerment. And none of that fits with attempts to fix us that focus on somehow just manipulating the outward behavior. So we passionately campaign for the right to choose interventions, for ourselves and for autistic children, that are properly empowering, that focus on the autonomy of the person and on their well-being.
We need neurodiverse people in society. They think differently, and we are facing different challenges now in society. We need people who will tackle those challenges in a different way. And as a society, if we exclude that, then we're really missing out on that rich source of difference.